Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Welcome aboard to the Friday edition of Primetime Live with Philly Pete. I am your host, the one, the only Philly Pete, and we're here live on this Freaky Friday edition in the world of sports. We're here live on the 24/7 12 Ounce Sports Network here, along with YouTube. All right, come on by, check us out. Subscribe to 12 Ounce Sports. Give me the thumbs up. Comments are open. What's your favorite play for tonight? Let's talk about it. Let's have some fun on this Friday edition. On top of that, just poured myself a very nice pour of Eagle Rare, one of my favorite bourbons. Cheers to everyone out there. It's Friday. We made it. We slapped Monday through Friday in the face. Here we are. All right, first week of my new job in the books. Phenomenal. All right, I kicked ass with I had two projects today that I destroyed for the first half of the day and the second half of the day. So it made the day go by super fast. So I'm extremely happy with that. Hopefully everyone's having a great day. Hopefully everyone's getting home from work safe. It's the weekend. Let's rock and roll. Be safe out there, whatever you all might be doing tonight. NHL last night, not so great last night. Probably the worst betting night of the season for me so far. It was a rough one. It was a rough outing for the clients and I, but we'll bounce back. It's Friday. We have 4 games, light schedule, but we'll go through them all, give you guys a free play, and go from there. Subscribers, the best bet will be released after the show. Same with my Doug Club members. After the show, I literally just walked in, about 20 minutes ago. So I had to take care of the kid, the wife, make sure everyone's ready to go for food, for dinner. Here we go. We're ready to rock and roll. So come on in, tune in. Let's get the viewers going, and let's talk some sports. Let's talk some betting for tonight's Friday edition of Primetime Live with Philly Pete. Okay, let's head up the NBA. Okay, we'll talk NBA first. Get that out of the way for sure. Friday nights in the NBA are they're busy. Busy card tonight in the NBA. So I want to get that out of the way and talk some NBA first with everyone out there. Let's get there first. All right. So some headlines, Bucks are just like the Sixers, man. They're starting off terrible. Milwaukee's at least 2-6. Sixers not so much. Cleveland 9-0. Hell of a season start for them as well. Cleveland 9-0, Boston 7-2, Phoenix 7-1. I mean, I know they have a nice chip on their shoulder. They're due for a bounce back. OKC starting off the season 7-1 as well. Golden State 7-1. a lot of these teams that should be starting off well are. But some teams like the Sixers, the Knicks are 3-4. Milwaukee, I know it's early in the season, but starting off a little bit on the slower end of things. Magic 3-6. I mean, obviously the injury to Paolo Banchero is a little bit of a difficulty for Orlando at the moment, but all good here. So, all right. Let's see here. Sixers, they also lose Therese Maxey. He's gonna be out for a couple weeks. The team's in shambles, man. I just can't find the way to watch this team right now. I really can't. It's just disgusting basketball, just ugly. Embiid obviously getting suspended or not even suspended, but fined. On top of that, it's silly. It's silly. It's just not a good start for the Sixers at all. It's very mind-boggling, which is why I don't really watch the NBA as much as I used to anymore because of how silly it's been getting. But we'll talk. We'll do a free play tonight. All right, let's rock the NBA free play this evening. All right, we're going to go. I was thinking of money line, but we got to bounce back here. We need a good spot. We haven't won a free basketball play in a couple of days now. We haven't. The last time we won was actually it's been a little while. Yeah, it has been a couple of days. It really has. But let's roll it down. All right, we're gonna roll back with Orlando again tonight, -5.5. Good spot here tonight. They're back at home. 0-5 road trip. Not the start of the season you want to be, especially on the road for Orlando. They're 2-0 at home, of course. And last year they went 29-12. I mean, they had a great season at home last year. Their road games are just abysmal. 18-23 last year on the road. They didn't have Banchero, obviously, for oblique injury. But the Pelicans, on the other hand, they're going to play this game without Murray and CJ McCollum, Herbert Jones, Jordan Hawkins. I mean, without those, McCollum and Murray, between those two players themselves, that's big. That's big for New Orleans not having them. And Pelicans are 3-6 now, with all their losses coming by at least 9 points. They're not healthy at the moment, and quite frankly, I think Orlando will I feel as though Orlando will run away at the end of the day here. But I like the Magic. Magic here -5.5 is my free play in the NBA for tonight. Last night in the NFL, again, just crazy games. Absolute crazy games. We didn't cash the Baltimore game either, but man, did everyone go off. Talking about going to bed at halftime, I'm like, man, I have Jamar Chase in multiple leagues. I'm like, man, I don't know, and I'm going up against Lamar. What's going to happen here? I wake up and I get 60 points from Jamar Chase, and the guy that I'm playing gets 42 points from Lamar Jackson. I mean, when it comes to total points, that's huge. But yeah, absolutely wild of a game there last night. College football. All right, let's run into that. We have a pretty solid lineup this weekend in college football. Tonight we have. Oh, sorry about that. A little hiccup. Tonight we have, I believe, 4 games on the menu. All right, Cal, Wake Forest, which should be a very interesting game. Both teams are 4-4. Cal's 0-4 in the ACC. I don't know why that spread is that much. I like Wake Forest outright. I do. I think Wake Forest not only covers this game, but I think on the +7, I'll take the +7 for Wake and the money line as well tonight. It's Freaky Friday. Cal hasn't shown anything in the ACC. 0-4. Wake Forest at least has a couple games notched up. So I want to go Wake Forest +7 and the money line tonight in this game here. Iowa, UCLA. Another game where it could go either way. I'm just not fond of UCLA. I think Iowa. This is going to be a very defensive game. I can see the under 46 hitting in this spot. Iowa should be able to cover, but to me, this is going to be either way. I just feel like Iowa should be able to cover this by a touchdown. But I like the under 46 in this game here between these two teams. Rice, Memphis. I like Memphis to cover that -7. I also kind of lean the over. And then like the shot maker of all tonight, New Mexico and San Diego State, teams that are 3-5, 3-6 respectively. San Diego State's basically a pick 'em. I'm not touching this game whatsoever. But if any sort of lean, I like San Diego State on the money line there tonight. But I like Wake Forest. I like Wake Forest on the money line tonight. Is probably one of my favorite plays this evening. I'll probably put that in for so a little bit of money there too. This weekend, Purdue at Ohio State. All right, Ohio State should roll. Miami at Georgia Tech. That should be an interesting game. I believe. Miami should win, but Georgia Tech on the road should be an interesting game. Florida at Texas. Texas should take care of business. Otherwise, it's really not much. Georgia at Ole Miss. This is a big game for Ole Miss. And you're telling me that Georgia is only a 2-point favor here? Something very, very interesting. That's a little iffy. Ole Miss wins this game. You have to imagine that they should get into the 12-team playoff, but this is a big game for the Rebels. Really, it really is. Georgia looking good, but it's also a big game for Georgia. They can fall if they lose. They go to 7-2 and 5-2 in the SEC. Ole Miss goes 8-2 and 4-2 in the SEC. So they're basically right there. So this is going to be a great game, and Georgia only minus 2.5. I like Georgia here, but don't be surprised if Ole Miss somehow works its magic and they pull off an upset. We'll see. We've seen crazier things this college football season. Michigan and Indiana. Indiana, props to them. Number 8 in the country, doing well for themselves. 2-touchdown favor against Michigan. I think that's way too much for Indiana. They really haven't played anybody either, considering they have a really soft schedule this season. They still got to play Michigan. They still got to play Ohio State. But don't get me wrong. This has been a surprise team this season, and hopefully it continues for them. I really hope it does. Somebody different for once to represent the Big Ten in terms of championship purposes, really. So we'll see what happens there. But I like Michigan to cover the 14 this weekend. Moving along. Oregon should roll out Maryland. That could be a good over game. You only get 58 there. That should be an interesting matchup. Bama, LSU. This is the game of the night, okay? Game of the night, Bama, LSU, whoever loses this game, you have to imagine they're eliminated from contention. I feel like they have to be eliminated from the playoff. And it's crazy to think that if Bama loses 3 games, they're not going to make the playoffs. But somehow it'll be rigged, and Bama will get in as a 12 seed, and that's usually how it goes. But this is a big primetime game on ABC tomorrow night, I should say. Bama, LSU, and Alabama's favored by 2.5 points. This should be a fun game. Really, I will have the double TVs up. I will have this game on along with the whiteout game for Penn State. And it's going to be an interesting game either way. So LSU, Bama, I feel like that's the playing game. I feel like that this is a playing game. Whoever wins this game should have should have a good spot to get into that 12-team playoff. Loser is eliminated. That's how I feel when it comes to this game tomorrow night. Penn State, Washington. Penn State 14-point favor. Not sure how they're going to be after that loss to Ohio State. But you got to win out from here on out. You got to win out. Go 11-1 in the Big Ten. I'm sorry, 11-1 overall, 8-1 in the Big Ten. Got to represent. 4 games left, and it's pretty much a cakewalk. Okay, pretty much a cakewalk. But it all starts here tomorrow night on Peacock. Penn State and Washington in the whiteout tomorrow night. And that's really it. I don't like anything else. BYU at Utah. That could be an interesting matchup. Utah, I think, could upset them, but it's only a 3-point favor. It's not much. You would think it'd be more, but BYU playing great football as well. And this is probably their toughest team left on their schedule. So we'll see what happens there. Just going through their schedule. Kansas stinks. Arizona State, they're not great. In Houston, this is probably they could go undefeated, BYU. They could. They have a chance. So we'll see what happens there. And ladies and gentlemen, just like that, give me a quick 2-minute commercial break. And when I get back, we'll talk NHL for the rest of the evening. 4-game card tonight. Couple of player props to give you guys, some free plays, a little bit of a rundown of everything. But this is the Friday edition of Primetime Live with Philly Pete. Sit back, relax, give me 2, and I will be right back.
Need tickets to that next event? Well, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got them with soccer anywhere in the world. Tickets to any venue, any sport. Want to go to NCAA or NFL football matches? We've got them.
Yeah.
Baseball at every level. Every Power 5 matchup is available. Don't forget, costumes and paint are optional. What's that? You want to go to Broadway? We have those too. Want to jam out? Every concert, every artist. That's right, at 12 Ounce Sports, we've got the tickets for less. 12ozsports.com/tickets. That's 12ouncesports.com/tickets.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to help. And remember, you can get a bonus of up to $1,000 on your first deposit. Now you're ready to bet. Just go to mybookie.ag, visit the sportsbook, click on your bet, and input the amount you want to risk or win in the bet slip. Yes, it's that easy. Just remember, at MyBookie, you play, you win, you get paid.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for taking that quick 2-minute commercial break with me. This is the Freaky Friday edition, I should say, of Primetime Live with Philly Pete. I'm your host, the one, the only Philly Pete. We're here live on the 24/7 12-ounce sports platform here, all right, on the network, and of course YouTube. Come on in, let's have some fun. Comments are open. If you want to talk some sports, talk what your favorite game of the night is, what your favorite bets are. I love it. But first off, make sure you subscribe to 12-ounce sports on YouTube. Subscribe to us, give us a thumbs up as well. Everyone does a great job on this network, and time in, time out, we'll always be dedicated to this show. So that's usually how it is, and a great group of people as well on top of that. Tonight, before you make any sort of bets, make sure you hit up mybookie.ag. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code is 12-ounce sports, 12OZ sports, all one word, and they'll match your first deposit up to $1,000. Simple as that. They have great. Their book is great. They also stream live sports as well. So if you have a bet, say if you're betting on that San Diego State game tonight, and so for some reason it's blacked out in your area, mybookie.ag will show the game there. They stream live sports, when you bet them. So it's a great asset, I should say, compared to other books, because a lot of books don't really stream live games. They don't. Excuse me. So we'll go from there. So make sure you check out mybookie.ag. The YouTube subscription for subscribers, all right, 12-ounce sports. We have a subscription service on YouTube, $6 for the month, $60 for the year. It goes from daily fantasy with Greg to best bets from me to Gamble Guy. It's anything and everything. Tennis, Brazilian soccer. Ping pong. Anything and everything. You get, a pretty bang for your buck. Kind of cheaper than your, actually it is cheaper than your, Starbucks grande coffee with the whipped cream and the cinnamon or whatever you want to add to it. $6 for the month, $60 for the year. Sign up today on YouTube. On top of that, you get 3 days for free as well, just to get your feet wet. Try it out. That's all. You get a free trial on top of that. You can't go wrong there. Hockey. Straight hockey fans out there, I have a Dub Club app, Dub Club link on my profile. Still giving away a free week of NHL for free to those that sign up. I told you I was going to end it today, or last weekend. I said I was going to end it first weekend of November, but I extended it. I'll probably run that deal for probably this will probably be the last weekend. So if you sign up, you get a free week for free. Again, get your feet wet, monthly, yearly subscriptions. People are still signing up. They're getting free plays for a week. Can't go wrong. You really can't. So short and sweet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, enough of that. All right, let's go into tonight's games. 4 games on tap this evening. All right. Let's start it off. All right, we'll do Toronto, Detroit at Toronto. Okay. Detroit 6-5-1, 6-6 to the over. Toronto 7-5-2, 5-7-2 on the over. So, it's kind of been even between back and forth over under. Toronto is minus 200 on the money line. Absurd. Crazy amount of money considering that, again, Austin Matthews is out. Over 6 is at plus 100. You could probably get that down to 5.5 at minus 120, depending where you're shopping at. It looks like 80% of the public money is on Toronto. All right. The over is at 65%. Okay. This could be an overtime sort of game. We could see 3-3, we could see 2-2. But lately, it's just kind of been these two games. I feel like when you see these two teams play, let alone the next game that I talk about as well, I just see overs. I do. I really do, especially on a Friday. So I want to go Detroit, Toronto over 5.5 at minus 120. I feel as though it's a freaky Friday. We could see an upset here tonight. We're gonna see a dog hit tonight. Really, I was eyeing this game up, and I was eyeing up Anaheim as well. As crazy to think, but I want to roll. I'm gonna roll the dice here. I'll take Detroit on the money line plus 165. You could probably get as much as 170. Nothing crazy. The puck line is too pricey for me at minus 160. If you're saying that I'm going to take the puck line at plus 1.5 at minus 160, that's a little much. It's a little much for my liking. I'd rather take the value and hope for maybe like a 3-3 sort of game going to overtime and they win, or they just win straight up. I mean, I would love that spot, but I want to roll the dice here. I want to take Detroit Red Wings money line plus 165. I also lean the over 5.5 in this game here as well. In terms of player props, Matthew Knies has been playing like extremely well lately. And it's funny because earlier in the season, I would take him anytime goal scorer. He didn't. Now lately, I feel like his name pops up on every goal chance for Toronto. So that's what I'm going to roll with as an anytime goal scorer right there. Get him at good odds. I believe I saw like plus 320-ish, plus 330-ish, shop around. There's thousands of books, okay? Even your locals, you're going to get a high price. You're going to get a plus over 300, or 300 plus, I should say, on this guy here. Matthew Knies, Toronto. I just feel like he's been putting the puck in the back of the net lately. I feel like he has. So we're going to rock Detroit money line, full game over 5.5, and Matthew Knies, anytime goal scorer for the Toronto Maple Leafs. All right, Pittsburgh and Washington. All right, we're going to rock and roll here. This is probably my favorite of the night, my favorite game. I feel like every time we see Pittsburgh, Washington, we see goals. All right, Pittsburgh is 5-8-2. Washington 9-3. All right, 8-6-1 on the over for Pittsburgh, 7-5 on the over for Washington. Washington minus 190 on the money line. Pittsburgh plus 160. Okay, 75% of the public money on Washington, 70% of public money on the over 6.5. First period over 1.5, full game over 6.5. I'm on those two already. I like Washington puck line tonight, minus 1.5 at plus 130, a little bit of value there. I like Ovi to score 2 goals. And I believe those odds are insane. So real quick, all right, I hate to be rude because I'm not like that at all, but I'm curious to see 2 goals, okay? 2 goals for Ovi, 2+ goals is plus 650 on DraftKings. BetMGM, I feel like, has better odds, but they never post 2+ goals for some reason. When I want to have that. So just see what happens here. Here we go. Player 2+ goals. Ovechkin on BetMGM plus 750 for 2 goals. Insane. Plus 4,000 to score a hat trick tonight. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy, I know, but Ovi plus 750 to score 2 goals is absolutely wild. I like it. Can't go wrong with that whatsoever. Ovechkin player points 2+. You're looking at plus 205. I like that. I like Ovechkin points plus 205 tonight. You can rock that out if you want. That's actually a nice side piece right there Ovechkin 2+ points of +205. Something to consider. He's chasing that mark. He's getting there. He's absolutely getting there. But anytime goal scorer, like I'm going to be on a lot of Ovechkin props here tonight. Over shots on goal, 2.5, 3.5, maybe even 4.5. Anytime goal scorer, 2+ goals, 2+ points. I mean, this is the game where he should be able to let up. Washington should score 4 or 5 on their own. Pittsburgh would be nice to get at least 2. And let's rock that, man. First period over, full game over. Washington puck line, and give me every Ovechkin prop out there. All right, this is going to be a fun game to watch tonight. I just feel like Pittsburgh-Washington games always shoot for the over. And I feel like that's just been the history. All right, so give us goals tonight in that game. I'm going to be paying attention to that game a lot tonight. Minnesota-Anaheim. Could this be another upset this evening? Minnesota 9-2-1. Anaheim 4-6-2. 2-8-2 to the over. 8-13-4. Okay, 8-13-4 to the under in this game. And that's where I'm leaning at tonight. Under 6, Minnesota-Anaheim. Under 6. I would consider this +1.5, but it's, again, just pricey. It's -155. At that point, you might as well just give me the +175 on the money line. Okay, between them and Detroit. You could parlay the Detroit-Anaheim puck lines at +1.5. You could do that if you want. But I'd rather play value, small money, take the dogs. It's Freaky Friday. It happens. Considering that 80% of the money is on Minnesota, 60% of the money on the under. I'm not surprised. Not surprised considering how lately these two have been playing in terms of scoring. Minnesota took care of business against San Jose. That over hit. But I feel like, again, an under situation. And that's where I'm leaning. Anaheim under 6. And I'm going to go with the money line. +175, +180. I feel like I feel like could get one upset tonight. Maybe 2. It's that sort of night. It is that sort of night, ladies and gentlemen. So there you go. Minnesota, Anaheim under 6. Anaheim money line +175. And last but not least, Vegas, Seattle. Vegas 9-3-1. Seattle 5-8-1. The over is 16-11 to the over. I like the first period over in this game for sure. Vegas -140. That's really it. That's it. That's all I've been seeing across the board. And it looks like 75% of the public money is on Vegas. I'm not surprised. 70% of the public money is on the over. All right. The over 6 is only at -105. You go to 5.5, you're getting that at -135. All right. But leans in this game for me, I like Vegas on the money line, -140. All right. I like the full game over 5.5. First period over 1.5. All right. The bifecta there, as the ice guys like to say. First period over, Vegas, Seattle. Full game over 5.5 at -135. Vegas on the money line here at -140 is a good spot. And if you want to play a little value, puck line for Vegas, the -1.5 is at +180. A nice bang for your buck, I would have to say. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Solid all around. I mean, you can't complain. It's going to be a wonderful, wonderful evening in the world of sports. So, like I said, I like the Orlando Magic -5.5. I like the Orlando Magic -5.5. I like the Wake Forest Demon Deacons +7. Sprinkle the money line. That over in the Caps Pens game 6.5. I mean, Vegas money line as well. You name it, I like it. And we'll go from there. And unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for me. Time to go eat. Hope everyone has a phenomenal weekend. Be safe out there. Enjoy a night of drinking or out wherever you may be going. Have a wonderful weekend. I will be back on Monday. Take care. Good night.
Welcome to MyBookie. You're ready to create an account and start making money. And we're here to